Hey, what's up guys? Joshua 6 Up Tabletop and doing another video. This one, coming back to a little of the black powder theme, doing American War of Independence, taking a look at this kit by Perry Miniatures. It's the British Infantry from 1775 to 1783. So we'll take a look at what is included in this kit. This isn't a new kit by any means, but kind of just something new that I've been playing around with. So yeah, we'll take a look at what's in this kit and take a look at some of the painted models and kind of my strategy with that going forward. Alright, so according to the back, this box comes with 36 figures plus 2 casualties, so a total of 38 models, even though technically 2 of them are just used for modeling casualties. Bases, flag guide, and some painting details. It shows here on the box the different ways that you can assemble the models, and the models are pretty easy to assemble. You just have your options of hats. They talk about the uncocked hat, broad brim, the Saratoga cap, depending on the different time periods in the campaign. And you also have the different poses. There's the advancing, charging pose, and then at trail, where they're just holding their muskets. Shouldered muskets, essentially. So it has some details on the back about some examples, about the different caps and the different styles. And yeah, let's take a look at what's in the box. So looking at bases, this is what's included. As you can see, I cut these out, but I believe these are like 40 millimeters this way width, and the length is a little bit more, like 45. So it's not quite a square, but it's a little larger, and then they come with these single sheets in that term. This is the primary sprue that you'll receive. You receive 6 of these. Each of them comes with five miniatures. I think they're pretty good quality. I mean, the Perrys have pretty good sculpts. I haven't compared much British from American War of Independence, different kits, but from painting these and so forth, I feel like these are pretty good. You can see they come with their gear rolled up, a couple of the hats, so you have 3 different options. You have the Saratoga caps right here, and then you have the uncocked hats, and then you have like the cocked hats. So at different periods, and then they would have the different hats. This section right here is for infantry at the charge, which is how I painted my 1st battalion, and then this is holding the rifle at trail. So it's nice that you get the options, and the options are modeled by different hands. So you just cut out the pair, and they're all linked together, the pairs that go together. So it's pretty simple. It's not too challenging. I would say this kit is fairly simple to use. This is the sprue that came with basically there's one command sprue. So these are this is a casualty, this is a casualty. It comes with the same hat selection for all of your leaders. Comes with some sabers, some swords, a couple different hands pointing in different directions, and it comes with, I think, 6 different officers. Well, there's 8 models on this sprue, so there's the 2 casualties, and then 6 basically officers, standard bearers, and 1 drummer. So we'll show those in a second, but I thought the sprue was awesome. Similar options, models are great. And then there's one other thing that comes in. It's the pamphlet, and talks about the British regiments that served in the War of Independence. And as you can see here, I mean, it's very detailed. Perrys do an awesome job here. They, talk about the lace and the different hats, and they talk about for each different regiment that served, the different combos. So for example, what I did, since I'm doing the Battle of Bunker Hill as like a kickoff to what I want to do for wargaming for American War of Independence, they talk about One of the regiments that were fighting there was the 5th of Foot of Northumberland, and so they have the green facings and the silver buttons. So as you can see, so many different ones, talking about the different type of overalls used. Yeah, so you can see different examples shown, talking about the different lace for the officers. They talk about the Saratoga campaign, where the caps changed, different dress changes. You can see I cut it out because on the back they do have the flags. My only complaint here, and you'll see on the models, is I feel like they're a little bit shiny compared to some of the other flags that I have used. This is awesome as well. They're talking about the provincial loyalist troops that were colonials that fought on the side of the British. Cool to see the different models. This one having all white caps and stuff. So I mean, it's cool showing the different drummer coats and stuff. So this is probably one of the more detailed, I guess, like painting guides and like useful historical information stuff. And I really enjoyed just like reading through all these tidbits and stuff. So yeah, let's take a look at the models. So here we have the 5th Northumberland painted up with what was provided. Just a couple notes on painting these. I've been painting mostly epic scale, so going back to 28mm was definitely interesting. I mean, I'm happy with how they turned out. In retrospect, I did go for the eyes. I think they turned out okay, but I feel like maybe it turned out a little cartoonish, so I may skip that going forward. This, for me, would be a regular size battalion, and I'm trying to keep it smaller because my table size that I have is a smaller size. And so yeah, it's good. You can see the flags. I mean, you can even see the shine right here. I think maybe I added a little too much glue, but yeah, a lot of white for the buttons. And per the guide, it said that since these facings are green, that they would go with a green regimental flag. Of course, the King's colors. I have it split. These two are split in separate ones because, according to the book, that it would actually be a small unit. So I'll be using 3 stands for a small unit, and then I painted these obviously so that if I use them in other scenarios or just to fight a battle, I can add them on, and then this would be the size of a regular unit for my army. I'm happy with how they turned out. Yeah, like I said, the eyes was something. The flags was another comment. But yeah, I mean, I think these are really great models. These are basically all like the center company, in a sense. Not, I guess, partially the center company, but since the battalions would include the companies of the Light Company and the Grenadiers, but at this time that they would typically detach those and then create battalions that consisted of all Grenadiers or all Light Infantry. So the basically center companies and such would fight in their own smaller-ish, quote, battalions. So I do not include any Grenadiers or Light Infantry, and neither do the Perrys in this kit. I know the Warlord kit has options for Grenadiers and options for Light Infantry, so I will be certainly turning to the Warlord kit when I muster my battle for Bunker Hill, because they did have battalions of Grenadiers and Light Company that fought in that battle. So overall, going on a bit, but Joshua 6 Up Tabletop. I hope you enjoyed the video. Overall, I think this is a great kit, and I encourage anybody to try this out. Excited to build more units for the American War of Independence. I'd love to hear if you guys do American War of Independence or anything like that. What size, I guess, units you use, how many bases, or what the frontage is, or anything like that. Happy with how these guys turned out, and can't wait to see them on the table and get going on future projects. So this is Joshua 6 Up Tabletop. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.